Hi guys, how bad of me. I have not checked in with you guys for, it's got to be about a month. It's got to be about a month. I have not picked up the camera, and if I'm honest, that is owing to a few things. The first thing is we are still right in the middle of renovating the bathroom and Layla's room. It is a challenge. It has basically felt like, energy wise and money wise, that someone has flipped me upside down and just shook me, and it's just been busy. And every weekend, every evening after work has been me basically with jackhammers, with Andy, tiling, doing, carrying, fetching, painting, priming, adhesiving, siliconing, it's grouting. It's just been crazy, and it was meant to be done by now. And of course, with these kind of things, they overrun. You can never account for blips along the way, delays, that kind of thing. So it's just been mega. It's just been absolutely mega, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me so long to pick up the camera. I have been eating in the background. I've been enjoying some lovely food, but of course it's just been, YouTube has just had to go by the wayside. I'm so sorry. Hopefully things are going to start to calm very soon and I'll be back a bit more frequently, but for now it's kind of just as and when I can. So I'm about to start work in about 15-20 minutes, so this gives me just about enough time to go and have a very quick breakfast. And I'm not quite sure what's happening today food wise, if I'm honest. It's a Friday. I think I'd like something quite autumnal for dinner tonight, so perhaps a family spaghetti bolognese or maybe some kind of cottage pie. I'm fancying something quite comforting and homely and inviting, plus it's that time of the month. I'm a tiny bit bloated today, so the baggy jeans are on. I'll show you my outfit very quickly as soon as I just started talking about it. This is a new find. It's this beautiful tight fitted ribbed jumper from Mango. I love Mango. I would definitely say Mango is probably my favourite high street brand. And that is a bold claim because I shop high street quite frequently. In fact, I pretty much only shop the high street, and yeah, I love Mango. These jeans are my Calvin Kleins. I've had them I think a few months now. I really like them. This belt is a new find. This is in Marks and Spencer's, I think Sienna collaboration, and I really like it because it's kind of like a tiger print, but it's textured, so it's a little bit furry. Hair is a bit messy. Well, actually, for me, I'd say this is not quite messy. I'd say it's quite put together. I put some curls through it the other day with my straighteners, and they've kind of held quite nicely. I'm probably due for a bit of a cut. And I have actually put makeup on today. Guys, I put makeup on midweek and I'm not going to the office. I just figured I would pop some makeup on. I'm actually using a new serum at the moment that I've been really enjoying. The L'Oreal one that's kind of like two-toned. Can't remember, it's relatively new. It's not sponsored, it's not an ad. Picked it up with my own money from Sainsbury's the other day when I was shopping, and I really like it. I would definitely say it's giving me a very glowy skin texture and tone and lifting and everything like that. And very simple makeup, just a little bit of bronzer, which is Hourglass. Blush is Hourglass as well. Foundation is the Charlotte Tilbury stick. And I've got a bit of NARS mascara on, and I don't actually put anything through my brows anymore, guys. I used to, I don't anymore. I've kind of been enjoying the lighter brow look instead of just constantly having really dark pronounced brows, so I'm just leaving them natural. Anyway, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and let's get on with the day. There is one sorry little banana in my fruit bowl, so I'm gonna, in the interest of time, have that with a coffee, which I'm just making. And I know that's a very boring breakfast, but it's pretty standard for me at the moment. I'm actually not even that hungry. I'm pretty much just having this to break my fast, but that is my coffee made, and I'll check back with you guys at lunch. Time for lunch, and I was gonna have eggs, but guys, I've only got one egg left, so I'm not having an egg. And anyway, I'm settling for something else that's quite quick. I'm gonna have this sourdough loaf, but I'm gonna toast it, and I'm gonna have almond butter on toast. which, to be honest, I do love. It is one of my favourite lunches. I've not had this bread before. Everyone seems to rave about it, so I'm going to check the point value for you guys. Now, disclaimer, I'm not pointing, but where I can, I know a lot of you guys are, and I like to give you the values when I can. So this is 4 points a slice, which is absolutely fine by me because they're quite big, so that'll do for me for today. I'm going to pop that in the toaster. And then this is the almond butter I use. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I love it. And I'm just about to run out actually. So I will be replacing that this weekend. And I would have thought this would be really high in point value, but actually it's quite reasonable. I think it's a couple of points. Yeah, 2 points a serving. Track that. 6 point lunch. Almond butter on toast. Perfectly fine with me. So sometimes when I'm having my almond butter on toast, I will double bougie it up and have maple butter on the underneath, but I'm not feeling quite so bougie today. And also I'm really hungry. I just want to get this eaten, if I'm honest. I use a palette knife to spread this, a silicone palette knife. I just find it easier. And yeah, that is lunch. Kind of basic, kind of boring, but very comforting, and I probably will have a snack later as well because I appreciate this isn't the most exciting. It's a few hours later now, had lunch, and I'm actually quite hungry, which is to be expected because I had a banana and 1 piece of bread with some almond butter. So I'm gonna have a snack. Before I have my snack though, I'm gonna have my cup of tea, which I'm having at the moment. In fact, I actually quite fancy a bit of dairy milk chocolate, so I think that is going to be my snack. And I might have a pink lady apple as well because I've been loving those, and I love them. I've been chomping them for fun at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to have a bit of a chocolate bar and an apple. I don't weigh out my chocolate, guys, but you can easily scan it on the app and see. I normally have like 3 chunks, like 3 squares, something like that. It's more than enough for me. But I'm going to have that with my tea. And then, I nearly said coffee then, it's not coffee, it's tea. I'm going to have that, and then we're going to decide ultimately what we're going to make for dinner, which again is going to be something mince based because I've got mince out. So whether we're going to have a pie, like a cottage pie type thing, or a spag bol, I've not decided. So yeah, just wanted to update you guys. I am going to have a cheeky little snack now. Alright, so it's time to make dinner, which is definitely the most exciting part of the day when it comes to food. And I'm thinking about doing some kind of like a cottage pie, but with veg. I have some pork mince here, and I also have some pancetta. The pancetta is going to be going on top of the crispy mash, you know, with a bit of cheese a bit later. Tomato puree, a carrot, some potatoes, obviously to make the mash, fresh parsley, garlic, some herbs and spices, and also some beef red wine stock. So I actually want this with some veggies, so I've just sent Andy to the supermarket so we could pick some nice greens up for us. And I do want to slow roast some garlic in this, guys. Let me just put you down. So normally when I make a mash, I like to, especially if I'm making a garlic mash, I like to slow roast a big head of garlic like this. I don't have a ton of time, but I think it will make all the difference, so I am going to do it. Because I think for eating later by an hour is totally worth it. So whilst I get on with making the mash, I'm actually going to make a roasted garlic situation. So instead of just doing the 1 clove and putting it in raw or cooking it down, I'm going to do what I normally do. You guys have seen me do this a trillion times on this channel, where I slow roast garlic, and it is one of the best things ever. Like, I do it for so many dishes, pasta dishes, curry. I just love it so much. And it starts with a big head of garlic like this. You pop it in a roasting dish, plenty of salt and pepper, plenty of olive oil, good quality olive oil or butter, and then in the oven on a low-ish heat, like 160, 170, so it's kind of low but not too low, and for about an hour, and it will caramelize and go golden, and then we will squeeze it all out onto the mash, and it'll be absolutely delicious before we mash it with milk and cream and all that kind of jazz. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pop that in a dish, and then I'm going to concentrate on preparing my vegetables for the mash, which will be obviously peeling the potatoes, cutting the carrot, that kind of thing. And then I'll just brown this mince off with the herbs and spices and the stock, make a filling, then pop the mash on top, with this smoked pancetta, I also have some pancetta here that I'm going to fry off, and it's going to be delicious. And again, not had as many calories as I should have done today, so this is going to be quite a nice, filling, hearty, comforting dinner. Just remembered, I've not got any onion. So, like I said, Andy's just nipped to the supermarket, so I've asked him to pick up an onion as well, because obviously we need an onion for this. So I'm just browning off the pancetta. I'm doing what I can basically in the background, because at the moment there's not much to do. I need to wait for the mash, I need to wait for the garlic. So I am going to make the minced fish sauce, but I don't really want to do that without the onion, because I like to do that after the bacon's cooked and it can kind of absorb all the fat and caramelise. So I am going to wait for that, but I am going to brown the pancetta off just because I need to do it. I've chopped my carrots, everything else is ready. The parsley will come at the very end for garnish as it's cooking. So yeah. Now these are going on top of the mash, but again I want to infuse that flavour of the meat with the bacon. So when these have all gone brown and golden and lovely, I'm going to use a basket spoon to get out all of the bacon, leaving that flavoured perfumed oil behind, that we'll then use to cook the onion and the mince. Of roasting, I kept some of the starchy water, which I'm now going to add a little bit to the mash. If I need to add more later, I will, but basically now I'm going to add some butter in here, some milk. Actually, in place of milk I'm going to add cream, just because again my calorie intake today has not been as calorific. Again, I'm not pointing. If I was, I would definitely be weighing out my portion of mash when I serve it, along with all of the other components like the pancetta and that kind of thing. Just pop the parsley in. I'm about to stir that, but before that I'm going to pop this mash, this cheesy pancetta mash, in the oven to crisp up. In terms of side veg, Andy's just picked up this broccoli, petit pois and cavolo nero. This just goes in the microwave. It's so delicious. I have it all the time, mainly with steak or with like a roast dinner. I'm literally going to pop it in the microwave a couple of minutes before I serve. Dinner was chef's kiss. It was so good and really needed, actually, after a day of not the greatest of food choices, if I'm honest. I probably should have eaten way more throughout the day, but I was working, I was busy, I was in the zone. To be honest, I did plan to have something more substantial for lunch. I was going to have bacon on sourdough with a spinach omelette, but I didn't have any eggs and I really just didn't fancy the bacon by itself, and I felt good about that. But anyway, more than made up for it with the comforting meal that we've just devoured. It was so delicious, and I'm going to end strong and I'm going to end on something sweet. So I am definitely in my mince pie era. I love mince pies, and there's two that have stood out to me this year from Marks and Spencer's that I love. the brandy butter mince pies. Now these come with like a swirly buttercream butter on top, which is just delish. But I also love these, which are the, I don't know how you pronounce this, frangipane mince pies, not too sure, but these are great as well. So I'm thinking of having half of each because I cannot decide which one I want. In terms of point value, they'll be incredibly high. I will check for you guys just in case, but again, I often feel like with things like this, you know, everything in moderation. This is something that back in the day I would have used my weeklies for, but to let you guys know, they're 10 points. 10 points for one, which is a lot, granted, but if you're going to use your weeklies on it or save a couple of points throughout the day, I think that's perfectly reasonable, if I'm honest. So definitely is something that I would have. Anyway, I'm gonna eat that, and most likely I probably will have an orange in the evening, like later on in the evening as well, because I've just put my joggers on. I'm about to go and paint, so I need to fortify myself. So I'm gonna have a mince pie first, and then I'm gonna go paint, and then for supper I'll most likely have an orange. But I'm gonna call it a day because yeah, and that's all I really have to share with you today. But thank you so much for watching, and again, thank you for bearing with. I'm so sorry my videos have been sparse, but again, I just have to do them when I have time. But thank you for watching. Leave a comment, let me know how you all are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.